How's it going, everybody? My name is Chase Keep and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the 6 things that I wish I had learned when I was a teenager, or at least the 6 things that I wish I'd been taught or at least told by somebody before I got to college. And I want this video to be the exact video that I needed to watch when I was 17 years old, back before I knew anything about personal finance or frugality or minimalism or anything like that. I'm confident that if I could send this video back to my 17-year-old self, I would be in a much better place financially than I am right now. And that's exactly what I want this video to do for every single person who is out there watching. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 17 years old, you could be 50 years old, but I want everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video, all 6 things, to be applicable to your guys' lives as well, to be advice that can help you start to achieve your financial goals as well. And I know I'm excited to make a video directed right at 17-year-old Chase, and I hope you guys are as well. And with that, let's jump straight in this video, starting with the first thing that I wish I knew as a teen. And the first thing that I wish I knew in high school, or at least before I got to college, is this. The sooner you start investing your money, the more money you're going to make. And this is something that I really wish I had known all the way back in high school. And I keep saying like all the way back in high school, but I'm 22 years old, so it was only 5 years ago when I was 17. But even just a short 5 years can make a massive difference, especially when it comes to investing your money. And the reason for that is simple. It's actually because of something called compound interest, which is one of the most important topics in all of personal finance and finance in general. And it's something that I wasn't taught in high school. I wasn't really even taught about this in college, but I really wish I had been. When you invest your money into anything that pays out through compound interest, which can include stocks and bonds and treasury notes and even high interest savings accounts, what you're actually doing is investing your money into something that is going to give you money back on an exponential curve. And here's the thing about investing early. The earlier that you actually start investing your money, the sooner you're going to get to that point in the curve where even a short amount of time can lead to massive returns on your investment. And I hope that explanation works for anybody out there who is a visual learner. And now I want to dive into a literal example of what it might mean to add 5 years on to any investment that you might make. If you open up an account with $0 in it and invest $100 per month for the next 50 years into this account that compounds annually, which means once a year, with an interest rate of 10%, what you're going to end up with after 50 years of investing that much money is just under $1.5 million. Which is crazy, right? That's a massive amount of money that you can make just from starting to invest today. But what if we add another 5 years on to that example? What if you started investing 5 years sooner? What if instead of investing at the age of 22, I had started investing this exact same account at the age of 17? Well, after 55 years instead of 50 years, you'll actually end up with an account that totals almost $2.3 million. Those 5 years almost gave you an extra $1 million on that account, which is insane. And that's just the power of compound interest. This is exactly why Albert Einstein actually called compound interest the most powerful force in the entire universe. And it really just shows how important it is to start early. And again, it doesn't matter if you're not 17 years old, start investing as soon as you possibly can. This is something that I would tell every single person out there, no matter how old you are, no matter how much money you're actually able to invest, even if it's only $10 per month, it's going to add up in the long run, just as long as you start as soon as you possibly can. And moving on now to the second thing that I wish I had learned in high school, the second thing that I wish I had known when I was a teenager, and that's going to be that when you're in debt, all of the money that you make belongs to someone else. And I actually learned this the hard way. When I graduated college, even though I was only there for 2.5 years, I actually had $60,000 in debt, in loans that I had to pay off. So I definitely understand this feeling of knowing that none of the money that you make belongs to you. It belongs to the banks. It belongs to the governments that you have to pay out in order to become debt-free. And in fact, that's exactly what the very last video that I posted on my channel is all about. It's about how I'm going to pay off those $60,000 and how I'm actually already halfway towards accomplishing that goal. But I can only imagine how much closer I would be if I had known about this terrible feeling and about debt in general back when I was in high school or back when I was a teenager. It honestly is just a terrible feeling to realize that even if you work really hard for every single dollar that you earn, those dollars belong to someone else up until the point that you're debt-free, up until the point that you're financially independent. So for everybody out there, even if you're not dealing with debt right now, I would just absolutely advise that you work towards understanding personal finance, you work towards having an emergency fund, and just feeling secured in your financial standing, because this is something that I wish I had started working towards before college even began. I wish I had started working towards paying off my student debt before I got to college. I can only imagine how much closer I would be to financial freedom today if I had started doing this a lot sooner. So that's my advice for everyone out there. Look into it today. Even if you don't have to deal with any debt today, just look into it and remember that this is something that can happen to anybody. Anything could happen tomorrow, so make sure that you keep this in the back of your mind. And that brings me to the third thing I wish I knew as a teen. Something that I wish I learned before I got to college is how important it is to live below your means. Living below your means is the single best way to achieve whatever your financial goals are. I know I've said that sentence many times on my channel, and I really wish that I had started living and practicing that lifestyle a lot sooner in my life. Even back in high school when I honestly wasn't making that much money, I wish I had been practicing this lifestyle, living below my means. If I had been living below my means, I would have actually been able to start working towards paying off my student debt a lot sooner, and that's exactly why I'm bringing it up in this video. I didn't truly understand what it meant to live below your means, which for anybody out there, living below your means means paying less money per month than you earn. So if you make $30,000 per year, I think it's very important that you spend less than $30,000 in that same year, because any money that you have left over after paying taxes, after paying for all of your living expenses, that is disposable income. And you can put that income towards whatever you want. You can start paying off debt, or you can literally start investing that money. You can do whatever you want with it. And that's why it's so important, in my opinion, to live below your means. And again, this is something that I just didn't do in high school. Even though I had multiple jobs, I had multiple ways of making money, from working at a grocery store to mowing lawns to working for family members. I mean, I had ways of making money, but at the same time, I was spending money on things that I shouldn't have been spending money on. And just because I wasn't making that much money didn't give me the right to spend all of that money. So it's definitely something that I regret. It's something that I wish I had learned sooner. If I could watch this video at the age of 17, I know that I would have changed my habits. I would have changed the things that I was doing. I would have lived a more frugal lifestyle. I would have practiced frugal living habits every single day, and it would have allowed me to live below my means and start putting money towards college, or start putting money towards financial independence. And that's something that I really wish I had started to do a lot sooner. And another thing that I really wish I had started to do a lot sooner in life is going to be the fourth thing that I want to talk about on today's video, and that's going to be learning about my credit score. And I honestly wish I had been taught anything about what a credit score was back in high school. I really think it's something that should be taught in high schools, but that's a topic for another video. But honestly, all I'm trying to say is I wish I had known anything about credit scores or the fundamentals of credit scores back when I was 17 or 18 years old. Unfortunately, it took me a long time to actually even care about my credit score at all, and after I graduated college, I finally opened a Credit Karma account and looked into exactly what my credit score was, only to find out that it was in the 300s. Which, for those of you who don't know, a score in the 300s is literally one of the worst scores that you can possibly get, and it's something that I could have changed. I could have averted this had I looked into credit scores sooner in my life. And one thing about credit scores is that you can start doing things today to actually improve your score. Even if you have no credit history, 15% of your credit score is determined from something called credit history. And the earlier that you open up an account, even if you never use it, even if you have a credit card that you never use, the longer that you actually have that line of credit open, the better your score is going to be. And I wish I had at least done that all the way back in high school. I wish I had opened up an account, even if I didn't use the credit card on it, even if I never used that account, that credit history would have at least brought my score up a little bit. And honestly, what it would have really done is forced me to even think about credit scores at all. And I can promise anybody out there, if you start to look into things like that, if you start to learn something about credit scores every single day, you're going to feel a lot more incentivized, a lot more inspired to then start working towards a really good score sooner in your life. And I can only say that that is going to give you a lot of positive benefits in life today. So for anyone out there who is like my 17-year-old self and hasn't done anything about your credit score, I would highly advise you to just look into it. You don't have to do a whole lot. You don't have to take hours and hours out of the next few days to focus on that solely, but just do something to go and learn a little bit about your credit score. I promise you it's going to help you out a lot in the long run. And for anybody out there who might be interested in learning about how I got my credit score from 360, which is what it was at originally when I first checked my score, all the way up to almost 700 in just about 7 months, then absolutely make sure that you subscribe to the channel before you go. I promise that's going to be one of the videos I post in the future, and the best way to make sure that you don't miss that upload is to subscribe to the channel right now. Scroll right below this video and hit that subscribe button. And a massive thank you to everybody out there who is already subscribed to the channel. And now we're going to move on to actually the 5th of the 6 things that I wish I had learned in my teens. And that's going to be this. This is the first one that's not directly based towards any action necessarily, but I wish I had known in high school that personal finance and understanding finance, it isn't hard. It might seem like personal finance or making money or saving money or making smart financial decisions is difficult, and a lot of people are going to make it sound complicated. A lot of people are going to say how hard it is, but I can honestly tell you guys, after years of really looking into this and getting to the point where I have my own YouTube channel about this, I can honestly tell everyone out there that it isn't that difficult, it isn't that complicated. Anyone can learn about these things. I promise you, anyone can learn them. And no, personal finance isn't normally taught in school, but it's something that anybody can learn on their own. And that's exactly why I would tell everyone out there to take responsibility. If you really want to start making smart financial decisions in life, all you have to do is take an hour out of your day today and just go learn a little something about personal finance. That's all it takes, is a few minutes out of your day, learn a little something today, and then tomorrow do the exact same thing. Learn something new tomorrow, and the day after that do the exact same thing. Make it a routine to just try and learn something new about finance, and the more you're able to learn little tips and tricks or hacks along the way, the better off you're going to be. I promise you, that's all it takes. You can do little baby steps towards eventually learning as much as you possibly can about personal finance. And now I'm going to speak directly to 17-year-old Chase. I want you to take an hour out of your day today. Instead of playing video games, which I know you're doing at the age of 17, go and learn about credit scores. Go and learn about savings accounts. Go and learn about investing your money. I swear it's going to pay off. You better do it. Alright, I really had to slip that in there because I truly think that if 17-year-old Chase really did watch this video and take the things that I'm saying to heart, I would be in a much better place today than I really am. I might even be debt-free. I might even be financially independent. I might be telling you guys about how cool it is to be financially independent instead of how terrible it feels to be in debt. And that's something that I would love to spread to every single person watching this video. And it brings me to the 6th and final thing that I wish I could tell myself as a teenager, something that I wish I knew in high school, and it's going to be something that I hope is very motivating, very inspiring. I would tell everybody out there, including 17-year-old Chase, that you can live whatever lifestyle you want to live. And I know this one sounds a little preachy, but I honestly believe that this motivational aspect of the video really is true. No matter what your long-term goals are, no matter what your dreams are, I want everyone out there to know, including 17-year-old Chase, that you can actually achieve those dreams. I myself dreamed for a long time of actually having a YouTube channel, but it was never something that I actually thought I would accomplish. I never thought people would tune in and watch my videos. I never thought that I would get people to actually listen to some of my advice, but here it is actually happening, and it's just proof that anybody can live whatever lifestyle they want to live. And no matter what that lifestyle is, there are things that you can start doing today to actually work towards that goal. I mean, whatever your financial goals are, you can start living frugally today to actually accomplish and achieve those goals even sooner than you probably thought possible. And that's just one example of something that you can start doing today to work towards those goals. Again, the 17-year-old version of myself probably never would have believed that I'd be able to have a YouTube channel, that I would one day be living in a van with my two best friends, that I would be able to be really close to becoming debt-free and working towards becoming a millionaire one day in the future. I mean, all of these things, though, are possible, and that's exactly what I would tell not only my younger self, but every single person who's watching this video. You can accomplish those goals, and you can live whatever lifestyle you want to live. And with that incredibly motivational last line, we're going to end the video right there. But what I would love to hear from everyone out there is comment down below. Let me know, what are some things that you wish you had known in your teenage years? Things that you wish you had known before you turned 20 or before you got into college. Just something that you wish you had learned in life a lot sooner. And if you did enjoy this video and you're still watching, just please do me a favor, take a second out of your day and scroll down and turn that like button blue. It helps this video out so much. It helps get this video pushed to more and more people, which in turn might just help more and more people achieve their financial goals. So please, if anybody out there is still watching this video and learned a little something today, please scroll down and turn that like button blue. And one last request is for everyone out there to subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to miss a single upload on this channel, make sure that you subscribe. New videos go up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you don't want to miss a single one, the best thing you can do is subscribe right down below this video. And as always, I hope everyone out there is having an amazingly frugal day, and I will see you all again next time.